Welcome back, Summoners and Summonettes. I am Egad. Joining me here is going to be Studio, my top lane Quinn partner there. We're going to be bringing you another amazing game. It's going to be Vision, Valor, Victory, vVv, taking on LMQ, Tiansu, iBUYPOWER. We're already in picks and bans. They were very fast at that. How you doing, Studio?
I'm doing pretty good. I mean, it was a fun game last game.
Shrooms everywhere.
Zed's Westrice. I remember when Zed came out, he was one of those players trying to innovate him for the top lane. It didn't work out, but it worked out versus Quinn. So good to see that in action. And as for vVv going up against LMQ, this is going to be a fun matchup because they're playing pretty soon for some of the
NACS.
Some of the big stuff. NACS definitely going to be a hype matchup. So this is kind of a preview of that.
Oh, I lied actually. It's not the vVv roster. They're actually subbing in a whole team, losing all their bans, and yeah, this is NDG's lineup. So they're hiding strategies, I guess, because they're swapping out the whole team.
It makes sense.
I hate people that do that.
I hate that they do it, but I also understand why they would do that.
Whatever. So NDG's going to see how they stack up against LMQ, and they have a pretty solid lineup. I've played with all of them. Hanjaro's especially a really good support. He plays Flash Clarity in Italy support AP. It's pretty menacing and annoying, but
it's meta. We'll go with meta.
It's meta, yeah.
It's a meta pick.
Hey, it could work now. But the bans, they are losing all of them. Obviously, we said it before, since they're using out their whole roster from vVv.
So they go ahead. They can't ban anything. They do get first pick. Cassidon is no longer available, so we'll see what LMQ bans out. Try to set themselves up for a good second and third pick. Pantheon, of course, being banned up because he is perma-banned. He is a new Cassidon, going from the mid to the jungle.
It's all the K champions that always get perma-banned. Cassidon, Kha'Zix next is going to be Karma.
I mean, well, Riot Balancing is alphabetical, isn't it?
I guess. So
this is the month of K. Soon we'll have Anivia, Annie, and Akali back into play. We'll just rotate.
Froggen will make his rise to the top. Alliance going to take the top of the LCS EU. But last ban, waiting for it, Pantheon. So 2 junglers so far, taken away from, I can't read his name there. What is that? I can't see it. I'm blind.
All right.
I need my glasses.
Brandon Fox, I actually have no idea.
Brandon for the win. Brandon for the win.
All right.
Oh, if you don't know who any of these people are, Crux, Brandon for the win. Viagra Pancakes is on that lineup too. Hanjaro, and their mid laner, who I can't see either. Stefano, that's who it is. He's a Swain main. He was in the Curse 1v1 Invitational tournament too. He got knocked out fairly early, which sucks, but it's whatever.
So if he ends up in a 1v1 situation for the entire game, we'll know how that goes.
Yep.
And I have casted Viagra Pancakes. All I remember is that name is amazing. That is all I talk about the entire cast because it's Viagra Pancakes. That is such a good name. That would never ever survive any sort of major team, but I like seeing it in the Challenger stuff. You can get away with that.
He's trying. You know, he could just be Pancakes if you ever went to
V Pancakes.
V Pancakes.
V Pancakes.
There we go. Perfect. We have your name for you. You can pay us when you do become big and famous.
We'll trademark it.
Trademark. Yeah, there we go. So Lulu being hovered over for Wei Zhao. We saw him put in a really good time against Peak and Wolf. He was diving him like crazy, and then possibly Annie. The lobby went out. It looks like it's from LMQ's side. DJ. Hello?
Production guy, we'll see what's going on with the lobby. I mean, I'm going to be honest, dodging the game before it starts, not really a common strategy, so kind of rough there.
All right, so while we wait to get back into the lobby, I'm thinking Lulu's actually a real pick, and I'm thinking the Annie is a real pick too. Wei Zhao DC.
Wei Zhao
okay.
DC.
So those are actually their picks, but when he comes back into the lobby, it'll be the same band, same picks. And Sivir was picked up for ADC for Viagra. So no Draven, surprisingly enough. Draven's actually really strong in this meta, but
it's been like a rotation. He's popping in every now and then. It seems like lanes have gotten fairly passive in the bot lane early on, which means Adoration is stacking up. Draven's kind of honestly bad level 1, level 2 game because spinning axes aren't that good. His AD's not that strong. It's being kind of bypassed by just passive and pushing, so Draven does really well. Plus, he can CS under turret like a champ.
It's pretty much impossible for him to miss CS on any turret. If he's not harassed, he'll just get the axe going and just be
it syncs it perfectly with turret shots. Axe goes out, axe lands back on him, turret's already finished its shot. It's like aiming for the next target, aiming for more CS for Draven. Yeah. It's pretty solid. It's a pretty fun combination.
All right, so getting word on when we get Wei Zhao back. He's not back in, so gotta wait. Gotta speculate. vVv, not actually vVv.
Fake vVv.
Fake vVv. Is there anything we could FVVV? Nah. Oh well. This is actually a test for them because they're not really in anything else. I think they're in NASL, if I'm correct, playing in off leagues and stuff like that. And showing some promise.
The weekly go for lulz.
The go for lulz and stuff like that. Like, they're playing. They've been together for a little bit. I know they just recently found a top laner. That's really all I know about them. I haven't really seen them play too much. Busy here practicing my Teemo for when we play in NACL.
I'll go for the top stuff. He does practice his Teemo quite a bit.
Yeah, whenever I'm streaming, it's just nothing but Teemo support and top lane. But it looks like is he back there? Yeah. Okay, so
there we go. Back in the picks.
We're getting back into picks and bans. So as we swap over, production value.
Now here's hoping that vV can ban out all the bad champions we'll ever play. But we said that last game. Let's ban out Urgot to make bans go faster, since we also lost all our bans, and they actually picked Urgot, so can't really rely on that, unfortunately. Hopefully Weijia stays connected though.
And hey, they're in the same house, so maybe they're all having it. You see the bottom four?
Yeah, bottom four is DC. Just the one slightly closer
Ackerman's
to
like,
the router
guys,
connection.
Hello? You guys okay over there?
Ackerman 1v5 Mundo.
Yeah, I can see it happening. But there we go. They're all connected. We're going to wait for the bans to fly on through again. I feel like at this point, vV should just ban out the troll champions so it goes a little faster. You don't have to wait a minute and a half.
Well, Trundle's popular now, so you really can't ban out all the troll champions.
True.
I mean, hopefully LMQ themselves can actually apply some bans. It's a different meta strategy where you just you remake the game and don't ban anything.
Nobody bans anything. They'll have to remember it from the side of vVv, I guess. All
right, okay, there's Kazakh. Okay, all right.
It's like, where's K? Where's K? I can't find it. It's like the last minute pick in champ select. You don't want to dodge and lose the LP.
It's like the very quick, what do we ban? Oh, let's ban out Annie, and they pick a Nivea instead.
But they already went through the bans. But
well, vV unfortunately do have to wait because to actually deny their bans. The only bans they can really dish out for free would be Kassadin, because he is banned due to the remake.
Or Yorick. No one picks him anymore. Nobody remembers Yorick Mori.
He's one of those guys that will probably be viable one day, and there'll be no change. He'll just have emerged one more time.
I've seen actually a jungle Yorick before.
Oh, jungle Yorick actually got picked a few times for the European LCS qualifiers way back in November. Like, it was jungle Yorick, and I forget who played it, but his damage is crazy coming out of the jungle.
You get an Elder Lizard, you get a Manamune, and then you go do Baron.
Yeah, you have an army of surprisingly powerful ghouls, and then the Omen of War attack. Omen of War auto attack is amazing. That you auto attack, reset with the Omen of War, and it does incredibly high damage.
It's movement speed,
and just surprisingly low cooldown burst.
All right, so bans flying on through down here, and I'm trying to speculate with that Sivir first pick. We could see like a high mobility comp from vVv. I don't want to call him that. I just want to call him like NDG for some reason, but they could go for high mobility. They could fit in. Evelyn is open. There's a whole bunch. I don't know what Brandon for the Win, what he plays in jungle, but I'm feeling like with the target out on the Philistix, that's probably one of his main jungles. So we'll probably see that come into effect when he picks up something fun to move fast.
I mean, it's 3 jungle bans essentially, and the popular junglers who would be pretty much Kazakh's Pantheon right now that targeted Philistix. So we'll see what he can rotate towards. At least Sin is still available. He's one of those tricky to play champions though, so if Brandon doesn't have it really prepared, it's not something you can just dish out randomly.
I think he's trolling Wei Zhao with that pick there because Ackerman's in the jungle slot because he joined it a little bit later. So, all right. So pick it in the Lulu instantly. We're going to see the Annie again, I think. There it is.
So there we go. It was locked in.
He likes playing that hard carrying more as Annie. Go for the DFG. And now next picks to come through. Gragas possibly for their mid laner there.
I mean, Gragas, he's that, once again, viable champion. He's kind of like that Rock City champion that's been viable for, like, what, a couple years now?
Yeah.
Like, he'll fade away for, like, an hour, and then he just pops back in. Like, oh, wait, no, he's still really good. He still scales well. Even when they nerf the scaling, it's like he still scales really well.
So Morgana as well picked up there. It's not a bad response to Annie, but Annie can blow through that black shield pretty fast. Her combo is really strong. Early game especially, when that shield is only 80 plus AP.
80 plus the AP ratio, and it's not the best AP ratio. Honestly, it's like maybe 0.4, 0.5.
Ooh, and Vasili's going for the Vayne. Locked in instantly. No more Kog'Maw. He's done with that. It was just a one day affair.
I mean,
I like Kog'Maw.
Like I also like Vayne versus Morgana quite a bit when you have that Annie backup, because all of a sudden you can still use her knockback. You can actually use the stun, because normally Vayne has absolutely no magic damage whatsoever, so you're not even useful in breaking the black shield. But Annie has enough damage on her own, like you already mentioned.
All right, and Renekton for Godlike up top there, Ackerman. Going to be demonstrating some of those Renekton mechanics. Rise, though, still on the board. Very strong against him. Can bursting out pretty easy early on. Those overloads do a bunch of damage, and Rise tends to have some kind of a field day with him, but you know, you can't get all in early. It is a little rough, and if you ever get the snowball going on either of these champions, it could just swing the whole map, whole game. And
I mean, we've also seen like the Rise counter where you go 1v2 and Rise can't do anything.
That is actually horrible.
It's yeah. Rise just stuck trying. He's like a weaker AD carry because he can do some pretty okay sustain damage, but it's dependent a lot more on mana versus auto attacks.
You know why? I think Vasili's picking Vayne because he doesn't want to give anything away. Maybe he's like, yo, vVv's watching. Yeah.
Oh, no, it's a good way to kind of intimidate.
Vayne has a V in their name,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was going for.
Are there any of the V champions? Vel'Koz,
Vi,
Vladimir,
Victor.
Thank you, Rapid.
A few of those are actually viable. I think that's actually 3 viable champions between Vi, Vayne, and.
They can pick all 5. They have a whole team comp right there. Vladimir top, Vel'Koz mid.
They'll out V vVv.
All right.
LMQ vVv vV. Zensu iBUYPOWER.
All right, so we're done with the bans here. The picks, it looks like Evelyn was picked up for No Name Jungle. We do have the last pick of Vi for vVv, so fitting in another V in their comp there. And so that looks like it's going to be that. Vayne against Sivir.
It's going to be interesting to see just the Vi ganks, because we haven't seen Sivir a lot all that often lately, as she's kind of fallen off a little bit. But then it's starting to resurge as Pantheon's been permabanned, so all of a sudden it's like, wait, she's not always going to get ganks off. They don't always have someone who can reliably get ganks off, so she's kind of disappeared, but still incredibly powerful. So I want to see the Vi Sivir combination ganks down bot lane just trouncing Vasili, because Vasili, he will not have a good disengage versus Vi. You cannot stop the Assault and Battery unless you kill Vi en route.
Unless you tumble stealth with your final hour and then you juke away the vision, and he's like, oh my god, where'd she go? And then she pops like, oh, Assault and Battery. But that's it. We're going to head into the Spectre Display. We're done speculating. We're going to get loaded into the Rift. But before that, we have a quick little sponsor plug. You check them all down below, all 4 of them. You can first check out Loot Crate, $13, 37 cents a month. You get a nice little crate delivered to your door. The latest gamer geek swag apparel and goodies. There is a shirt that's themed every month. Last one's was Attack on Titanfall. So you can check out the reviews. They usually hint at what they're giving out. So check them out. Then Phoenix Peripherals, you check them out at phoenixcollection.com. They have some of the latest and greatest headsets, mice, keyboards, and mousepads on the market that you can find. And then, what is there left?
Low Class. Low Class is a great way for you and your favorite friends and peers to go ahead and get a great educational lesson from your favorite League of Legends pros. For example, we've had Hotshot GG teaching LeBlanc, Pantheon being taught by the Odd One. And it's a great way where there'll be an hour-long stream. You can ask questions. The pros will answer them pretty directly. And it's a great way to learn the exploits, the ins, the outs, pretty much everything about some of your favorite champions played by your favorite pros. They go in depth. It's very solid. Check out Low Class. And, of course, Monstercat, got to give them a big shout-out for providing us with a lot of the music being played here at the NACL. But with that, we got vVv going up against LMQ with only a single V this time, I believe. Zensu iBUYPOWER. And it's going to be an awesome match. We're going to take a quick break here at the North American Challenger League.
And welcome back here to the second game of the NACL. I'm Egad, joining me here is going to be Studio. I'm going to be bringing you vVv taking on LMQ. And should be a very fun game. We have an Evelyn out there for No Names Jungle. And we'll get it lined up on the scoreboard. A little bit of DC early on. It should be fine. And Wei Zhao should be good. But they're going to be taking on a completely different lineup here than vVv's actual roster. So it should be fun.
I mean, yeah, it's not Chris in the top lane, but it's Crux in the top lane.
Crux versus Chris.
The brother of both Chris and Rux. And it should be interesting to see how the team does. I mean, the vVv, they are going to be playing LMQ soon for the big times, so we'll see how that pans out. But right now, vVv want to hide their strats for their last game right before the big one. It makes some sense. It's unfortunate to see, but it should still be an interesting match. LMQ themselves, though, going with pretty much a standard play, except for the Vayne in the bot lane.
Yeah, the Vayne in the bot lane can go either way. If Vasily plays it like his Sivir, he'll go like 0-5 in lane and rely on the team to carry him, and that'll just be a speed bot. But well,
I mean, Vayne's ultimate doesn't increase the speed of our team, unfortunately, so he can't go utility there.
Sadly, that'd be cool. Vayne just an instant steroid for the team, gives them all like tumble, and they can
tumble
and
invisibility. Yeah, you get entire team's invisible.
Be like Luna. There we go. Mirana.
Priestess. Yeah, Priestess.
There we go. Fought him. If you guys don't know, you should research.
Potham has a good ult. But yeah, I want to see Vasily's Vayne just because he's a mechanically sound player, but we have not seen a lot of his Vayne. Vayne can do pretty well versus Sivir. Sivir can also do really well with early trading, though.
Yes. Because
you auto-attack, reset the auto-attack with your Bouncing Blade, and Vayne will eventually do well in trades with her Tumble and her passive, the Silver Bolts. Yeah. But until then, it's pretty rough. You need some levels on Vayne, and you need some items as well.
The best thing, though, is you can't really spell shield those auto attacks. You can't spell shield Silver Bolts. You can spell shield the Condemn, but that's still in certain situations, depending on how you do it. But that lane's going to come down to pure outplay. There's a binding coming in. We didn't even talk about the Morgana support. Like, the bindings, the Black Shield, Sivir should pretty much never be stunned, should never be slowed, or CC'd for that matter, with that spell shield and her ultimate.
The one thing that can happen is we can see Moore try and outplay the spell shield by going for early damage and just not actually charging up his stun before he tries to initiate. To catch him off guard, and if he pops with the Black Shield, they'll still get the stun through. If not, it's a lot of damage done anyways. Is now Sivir just being chased out. Morgana herself actually can't provide a lot of support in this lane. She doesn't have auto attack range compared to Annie or Vayne. She has a short range to both of them, so without that support, Sivir just has nothing on Vayne right now. It's not Vayne, it's Vayne plus Annie going for the tag team auto attacks. Yeah, the auto attacks that Annie can provide from the range, then Vayne feeling secure and safe enough to just go in, tumble, get the autos going. He also didn't level Silver Bowl procs, he leveled Condemn second to get a bit of extra damage. They did nerf it a long time ago where you couldn't get the auto attack reset after you condemned. So
have to adjust to that one. Haven't really seen much Vayne play since then. There's the the typical solo queue players that highly do end up doing that, but in competitive, she really kind of teetering off.
Yeah, it's a risky pick because if you don't do well early, you don't do well mid, you don't do well late. Like you don't really recover as Vayne unless you spend a lot of time farming. But if you're just stuck in the bot lane isolated, I mean, thinking about the old CLG strats, which it would double if you just farm up all game, and there's a good chance his team would lose before he was useful.
Protect the facility comp. That's what it's going to turn into.
So if they want to play this long, drawn-out farm game, I mean, it can work, but vVv could easily punish that and just try and go for the win. You can already see the gold lead building, though, as vVv just not doing well in lane. Renekton up top lane has a CS lead, but Lulu in mid up 12 CS over Gragas.
All right, and if you don't recognize some of these people on this team, it's Viagra Pancakes. Hanjaro is a challenger level support, actually, who I've had to play a bunch of times, and he would just whip out his Nidalee support. He's played a lot of Blitzcrank. He really loves the hooking champions. I'm surprised I didn't let him play Thresh or Blitzcrank for that matter. But sticking with more meta, he's actually a bit of the older side of the players, too. He's, like, not a teenager.
Dang, that's quite old for a lot of the challenger players. So good to see some of that old blood still out there.
It's the veteran.
Sivers gone back to base. This bottom lane is not going well. All lanes are actually being kind of lost.
He's down by 16 CS already,
vVv. Yeah, and he's going to miss more CS as he's just not in lane right now. Vayne going to get ahead early means that Vayne will get that BF sword first, and all of a sudden Sivers going to be out-traded incredibly hard as Vayne will just go for an auto-attack, tumble, and burst her down. Like, you almost don't need True Silverbolt procs afterwards. That's just harass. The all-in with Annie backup, if he doesn't get a good spell shield off, he doesn't get a good black shield off, he's going to get stunned. That's going to be able to burst him down.
There's a stun underneath turret. We have a gank coming in from No Name. Ignite gets dropped out there. Crux is looking to try to pick up a counter kill, but cannot find it. Slice it and dice away. Ignite.
Come on,
that minion.
Guy.
No. That reminds me of my minion that I almost gave Broken Shard that pentakill to.
It's close. It was close, but this minion, unfortunately, does go down, like the other ones who just decide to ignore you.
I'm telling you, dude, the AI is great. Oh, that barrel did not connect, and actually, he's going to have to go back soon. He does not have any mana. He's going to try to rely on that Drunken Rage, though.
It's not going to be enough, though. That's at most one barrel at this point, and it's a long cooldown Drunken Rage. We can see Wei Jiao going aggressive. I mean, he's going to lose out this exchange. He just cannot trade just because he doesn't have spells right now.
Yeah. And the auto attack range is a huge thing in this lane matchup, too. Lulu can just harass you down, get the hell picks on, and just wait for a Glitter Lance if he wants, or shields himself up to block all of a barrel damage, but that pesky attack speed debuff still goes through.
I mean, we always mentioned that Lulu is a champion who does well against assassin lanes because she can play so defensively. Against melee lanes, though, she plays offensively. It's all just trouncing with the passive auto attacks, with the range, with the spam. Their mana costs aren't too abusive compared to what a support Lulu might have to deal with not being able to go from early chalice. So she just keeps on spamming nonstop.
Ooh, a little bit of a trade up top. Ackerman actually taking out about half HP. We see the effects of this now because he went for a pickaxe as his first item while a chain vest was picked up for Crux, looking for a little bit of tankiness in that lane, trying to mitigate some of that harass coming in. But if he's running some lifesteal in his Quince, he's going to heal up just fine. Both of them will. And really, the only gank we've seen so far is that No Name gank. They do connect a binding in onto that poor Moore. They do get the Boomerang Blade, but he's going to run away as Vi comes in level 5. No Assault Battery. Going to look for the Vault Breaker, but a flash for the wall forced out there. So they do get something. That's pretty good. That pink ward bait worked out well. Well, Vasily now getting some free auto attacks and gets the Condemn into the wall. Will he follow up, though? Gets the third hit of the Silverbolt procs with a tumble, forcing the flash out. No auto attack to chase that one down, and we'll just continue to harass that one through. In a 1v2, Vasily comes out still a little less healthy than he would like, but forces Hanjaro to flash.
I mean, he took a lot of damage to the flashes down on Morgana. He can still pressure with Annie.
Yep.
And Morgana playing so far back means it's just a Black Shield, but Black Shield is not doing all that much versus the auto attacks. Oh, Evelyn. No Name looking for it. Can he get the steal?
Can he get the smite? Will he get it is the question. They got it. No, he didn't get it. Okay, so that gives him level 6, though. He's going to chase after it if he kills the little minions, and he will get the hate spike kill. A flash over the wall. Can Brandon get out is the question. No, flash hate spike to follow that one through. Gets the red buff anyway, gets the kill, and that'll put him at 2-0.
I mean, that's No Name. That's that No Name Evelyn. Of course, Gragas going to help her get right out of that jungle, shoo her on out with the explosive cask. Unfortunately, Vi, she can cover a lot of ground very quickly, but versus an Evelyn trying to run through that jungle like that, she just has too much mobility, too much move speed with her W. In the bot lane, we can see that, still a little bit low on Vasily's side. However, with that pressure from Annie, you can see that they're hanging so far back. Stun does land.
That spell sheet was a little too late, though. Still got stunned up there. Looking for some trading, but more on that Annie's. Pretty much 1v2ing and giving Vasily the freest lane of his life to just farm up and sit back, try to sustain back up, and use that Vamp Scepter lifesteal. And Hanjaro and Viagra Pancakes having a little bit of a rough time. This blue buff may get contested here. Could see Ackerman look to try to contest, but decides not to. I Condemn, not going to connect into the turret. Viagra Pancake juking away and influencing that direction. And back to farming passively we go.
I mean, the scary thing with the Vayne Blade isn't so much just the farming, because she can farm pretty easily, but it's when there is a good setup, she just gets that True Silver Bolt proc, and it's going to be about a third of your life, maybe 50% of your HP at this point with the Vamp Scepter, just because of how much burst she can provide through the tumble as well. So they're just looking for bits of poke. It's not about the full-on engage, it's waiting for that good stun to come out for more after someone's already low enough. Like, if Silver gets stunned, she is dead. Even with almost no help from more, just from that Vayne auto attack damage and the full combo. So we'll see if they can keep themselves alive. Vi hanging out in the area will kind of negate some of that pressure, but it means that Vi is forced to stick around bottom rather than doing anything in any of the other lanes, which are all losing pretty soundly.
Yeah, and No Name now looking to come up top for his third gank of the game, try to pick up his third kill of the game, has the Spirit of the Other Lizard, gonna look to see the initiation come in right about now. Stun comes through, Crux is gonna be forced to use Dragon's Descent, but it's not in time, and he flashes back towards the turret to try to juke away even further. But No Name gets third kill on a killing spree. They look for the Assault and Battery and the hunt onto Vasily. They do not find the binding, though. They're chasing him down. He's got Barrier and Flash. Pops the final hour, looking to turn this one around. Barrier is activated. Does get the stealth, and we will see Brandon pick up the kill. But meanwhile, Moore finds one. That's going to be a 2-for-1 up in that, down in that bot lane. While the top lane one does end up dying, the turret goes down. So globally a 2-for-2. But one turret in LQ's favor gives him that nice little 3,000 gold lead.
I mean, in the end, it is advantageous with the bot lane. Moore not picking up that kill is definitely a nice advantage in that bot. But it's a turret, it's the objectives, it's that map-wide pressure. They're able to force kills down the bot lane, but converting into objectives is a much bigger deal, unfortunately. And yeah, it's a little bit rough for Gragas at the mid lane. He is not having a good time. Lulu just able to walk by the turret. I mean, he can go for an explosive cast, but with Wild Growth, it's just going to be so rough. Oh,
I saw No Name waiting on the side. I was like, is he ganking again? Maybe he actually is. He's waiting around the side, and he might come behind the turret. He actually is waiting around the blue for Brandon, if anything, trying to read his route in the jungle there, as they do end up running to him. But, No Name being patient, waiting around the side for Ackerman to be in position to fight. There he is, going with the haste spikes, pops the Ravage, slowing him down with the red buff. Gonna get the ultimate on top of that one. There's the haste spikes to follow through, slicing his Ackerman. Gonna be the fourth kill of the game? Yes, for No Name. Ackerman's like, stop getting those kills. Timber's down bot. In the meanwhile, Viagra Pancakes caught out by himself. Vasily will find that kill, giving him his first kill of the game. And he's building Blade of the Rune King Rush. No Bloodthirster for him. Seen a lot of variations of the builds. And now vVv having a really, really rough early game here.
It's a question of what do you do?
Oh my god, another dive.
Oh, poor Shyvana. No ultimate available. The flash not quite up either. Just going to have to sit there and take it. But unfortunately, there's so many slows.
Oh, there it is. And that'll be his fifth kill of the game. Gets ignited. Oh, that turret shot not coming out in time to pick up the final blow. While down bot, Hanjaro going to get condemned into the wall. Oh, never mind. We see a ganked up top. Brandon for the win. Going to be able to take down Ackerman while Vasily shuts down Hanjaro. And nice little dive there while Viagra Pancakes trying to taunt away, but, eats 3 auto attacks and that full Silver Bolt proc.
The Silver Bolt procs do so much damage.
He's actually doing an even split in the skills for them from what I saw. It was 2-2 last time. 2 for Tumble, 2 for Silver Bolts.
That's not that uncommon. Like Tumble, the advantage is you get mobility for the heavy sustained damage, especially the mana usage. Going for True Silver Bolt procs. It's a pretty solid sound idea. We can see it working out right now, so got nothing against it. But what they have to do on vVv is they have to make something happen, which, that sounds pretty general, but all their lanes are losing. And they're picking up kills every now and then. Yeah, that's okay, but they're not getting objectives. They're not actually making the lane safe for the future. They're getting some gold now, which, you can pick up a kill. It's nice, but with this dragon being taken now by LMQ, with turrets already going down in their favor,
could be a steal.
They have to start getting objectives.
If Brandon can get this one, that's a nice little bit of gold for them. Binding comes out, does not connect. This is a boomerang play. This could be the turnaround, though. Oh, never mind. Dragon's trying to get back to the pit. There's a flash and a 3-man shackle coming through with the black shield on top of it. Trying to get something. Does find Vasily. Meanwhile, Wei Zhao's going to get chased down by Brandon. He does use the Wild Growth on top of it, but No Name's damage is through the roof. Flash from Wei Zhao saves him for the body slam, but now they're trying to kite down I keep forgetting his name. They do end up finding a kill on Vasily. He gets the killing spree. They shut him down, though. Crux finds that one. It's a 1-for-4, in favor of LMQ. That fight with a snowball that No Name has was actually really close for vVv.
I mean, it was the 4v5 though. It was even, and it was it was a rough fight for vVv though. They tried to engage on 2 separate flanks, but this meant that Morgana and Sivir walked in to the very, very buff, very strong members of LMQ on their own, and they were able to do some damage. They did set up the kill on Vasily, but you know, the rest of the team died just trying to chase down Wei Zhao. Top lane, Ackerman going to take some damage, going to take the turret though in response. He's in a little bit of danger of dying actually. Sivir is going to chase him out. The minion does hit it with his last wand attack. A brave minion, he does go down, but he secured his objective.
Run, Renekton, go, be free.
I'll take it for you. I've got it.
And then he dies. Is like, remember me fondly, Renekton.
We'll remember you.
Steve,
our favorite minion. He took the turret. He took our hearts.
And now they took his life, so they will get the plaque signed up there for the red side. And
it's now a mission of vengeance for LMQ.
Yeah. You took down Steve. Wei Zhao's like, I'm taking this turret for you, Steve. One more auto. He actually goes for Harass instead. That turret.
It's not the worst idea. Is what makes it funny. Because he could push the lane safely anyways. It just means that, well, guess what? Gragas, the mid lane's in even more danger.
Oh, boy. So, now, Ackerman, a little bit of rotation coming in. That turret's going to fall on a simple one wave and one auto attack from Wei Zhao. This bot turret is the same. Needs a few more autos from Vasily and more. But they're just going to be content to farm up. They have a 50 CS lead, roughly, in that bot lane in favor of Vayne, which is really never something you want to be against. That turret does fall mid, and they're going to be back to pushing and keeping that lead at already 11,000 gold. We were down like 21,000 gold. You know that?
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would believe that because we
really
got
bad.
destroyed. That was pretty bad on our part. But we didn't mention this, but Morgana is very weak versus Vayne because of Tumble. You cannot land the binding if Vayne has Tumble available.
Binding the wall, he gets the
maybe land
binding.
on
He
Moore,
got
though.
the binding. The Moore is going to get blown up here. Responsive Timber gets a stun onto Viagra Pancakes, though. He will pick up the kill, and now they get the Assault and Battering in onto Vasily. He's trying to get something. Blade of the Rune King. Gonna get the Tumble, and the auto attack finds the kill. Can he find Hajaro, though, is the question. Pops Barrier trying to kite around, but no. The damage from the Vi and the Spirit of the Old Lizard is too much for him to deal with. Meanwhile, the top tier 2 gets taken down, and No Name and Ackerman looking for more. They're trying to hunt down.
I mean, they do know that both Vi and Morgana were in the bot part of the map, so they can play really aggressive right here. Gragas, he can toss out barrels. He can try and zone out with them. Binding does not land, though.
Oh, all right, barrel comes through, though. He pops it, gets the black shield. And this is looking like a free turret down the mid lane. The tier 2 going to get taken out here. Explosive Cast comes through, just splits them a little bit apart. Binding, oh, nice little slice away is Ackerman's, and they'll get away just fine and go back to farming again.
Just applying some more pressure, just trying to go for those turrets. I mean, Vasily's deaths, he's not dying because he is making mistakes. He's dying because he's going for the aggressive plays, which is,
Flashy.
in a sense, a mistake. He's flashing it aggressively. He knows that the exchanges, if he can get one kill, like for a late game, it's worth it, but also because his team is so far ahead, if he's delaying people to bot lane, getting kills, or just wasting their time, that's objectives being taken top, that's pressure being applied mid lane. He can also go full Lomo. Like, he's well aware of the Lomo capabilities this game.
Yeah. So now they're abusing the vision lacking from the side of vVv. They are just going to look to use No Name to stealth around. They do find Brandon for the win, but not looking to go in on that target. There's a ward there with all three of them. Binding connects, but that's Ackerman. You don't want to go in on a Fed Renekton. Boomerang Blade comes through, chunks him out a little bit, but he's okay.
He's actually pretty squishy still.
Oh, Hydra.
That's that
Wow.
Ravenous Hydra.
So that's a really early Hydra, though.
That's a very fast Hydra. Well, they can kill him quickly. You can kill them faster is a problem. So
Can you survive the burst?
can you survive the burst of Renekton? The answer is probably no, because the only person that can do that would be Shyvana. And even then, it's still actually a relatively squishy Shyvana, despite the fact that she has a Sunfire Cape. It's just the fact that that Ravenous Hydra is actually going back to buy so much. 3
autos takes them both to half HP. Those Silver Bolt procs. They pop the hunt. Brandon was like, I'm not going in with that. Viagra's like, oops. And now Pink we're going to get taken. Not taken out. No Name gets scared away, but he'll probably be back to try to take that out again. And with how low the bot lane duo is from vVv, they're going to have to heal.
They're going to have to go back to base. That is that bot lane turret that will most likely be taken down as Ackerman just going to roam back to the top lane and gator down all those minions and just start pressuring the inhibitor turret, actually. And now bottom turret now being pushed in. Morgana's there to defend it by herself. I mean, this could be a breakout into a fight. Vasily on his own. If the binding does connect.
Oh, but he's not taking turret. Oh, he does in range for that turret. Wow. There's the Dragon's Descent, and just like his washboard's abs, he got cleaned up.
Yeah, he got just wiped off the planet. It's a good beer bath
I don't
coming
know
out from
where
Gragas. I have no idea.
That
either,
was really
but
bad.
It was okay. It was okay.
Whatever.
I mean, he does have washboard abs.
Yeah, it's okay. Now No Name. Stealth it up. Looking to go in. Gets slowed. Oh, they actually missed the slow from No Name. No stun on that Annie either. And he'll be able to walk away from that.
Just some damage, just some pressure. But that binding line onto Vasily, unfortunately, that was just a bit of a mistake. Vayne has just such a good way to dodge with the tumble. But in the end, it's 1 kill, and it's still objective taken mid lane. It's the problem converting kills into objectives for vVv. Because they're so pushed into their lanes, they're so pushed out, getting to this bot turret has taken a good 2 minutes of just constant pressure, constant fighting back at the bot lane to actually just reach it, let alone even be there to attack it. Because that was just the minion wave that made it there. They can't actually approach a turret without risk of dying, heavy risk of dying.
All right, and as we look to see the hold here from vVv, they have a lot of good wave clear. Sivir, Boomerang, and Barrel is pretty strong. Hanjaro, though, out on his own, gets stunned up. That binding, just Slice did not care. Gonna see him get chased out here, possibly. Crux is responding with Brandon, so Hanjaro's gonna stay safe as he walks his way back home. Ackerman gonna get a little initiation onto him. 3 members currently going through. Slices to the wall and dices. The chase is over.
The white even actually backing up Ackerman towards the end there as he just he's got a little bit closer. You can see looking to everybody that's stunned though.
Timber, Wild Growth knocks up 3 as well. No Name is legendary at this point. Fail Flash comes in from Crux. That's going to be another kill to Wei Zhao. That's his first kill of the game, excuse me. While down bot, Vasily going to dive in, gets the blade of the Rune King, going to chase down here on to Stefano. Body Slam doesn't come out. Ignite is not enough to take him down, and the turret shot gives up. And now, Hanjaro, can you get the kill? Can he chase this one out? He's healing up off the mini golem there. Going to use the block binding. Nope. Black Shield comes out. He flashes, gets the shackles. The Condemn cannot stop it. And Shackle kill comes in from Hanjaro with the plays.
I mean, let's be honest here. Had he not flashed with the ultimate, had he gone for the binding or just chased him down, he would have died. He would have not won that 1v1. But
he Black Shielded himself too.
He did. And that Black Shield saved him as well as that flash. By Brandon just going to show up and say, hey, you guys can go back. I'm not going to stop you. Don't worry. It's your territory now. You guys can have this land. But now 12,000 gold in favor of LMQ. They've taken out most of those outer turrets, just that pesky bot lane turret available. Haven't really pushed down too hard. I mean, they can just do what they want. They can Mundo this game. They can go where they please because even if someone's dying in a separate lane, it usually requires 1 to 2 people. It means something has happened. And that means the rest of LMQ can just kind of counter pressure that. The one thing that can get punished pretty hard is a Baron play, as Baron always has that steal possibility. But at the same time, there's so little vision for vVv, and they can't really secure it, as now Crux just being chased down the top lane.
Red Buff's going to slow him down forever, and he's waiting for the Dragon's Descent and the burnout. But I think with the Slice and Dice coming up very soon for Ackerman, we can see the chase end in a kill, but Assault and Battery goes in on some more. They're going to focus him down. Explosive Cast for the kill for Stefano, so he finds one. And Stefano and Crux up top actually does end up living, but was forced to use that ultimate, so that's going to be big for the next team fight.
It's a lot of wasted time on Shyvana, because without that ultimate, she does not make it into a fight. She can make it to the outskirts of the fight, but making it to someone important, like, for example, a Vayne, it's already going to be hard enough playing Shyvana into Vayne because of the knockback, and especially when you're farther behind, you're not super duper tanky. But now Shyvana's going to try and pressure off this turret. She's taking a lot of damage, but here comes the rest of vVv.
Oh, the hunt is activated. They're going to look for something off this one. No Name gets a big shield from that ultimate, though. Ackerman going to try to help out, pops the Dominus. No Name ends up falling. Shutdown goes on to Viagra. Looking to see if Ackerman can get anything out of this one. Gets shackled, and Hanjaro will find the kill with his Ignite and that ultimate combination. So a few more fights like that, and they can actually come back.
I mean, they do lose bottom turret, but to be quite honest, at this point, what's really scary for vVv is the inhibitor turrets, more so than the outer turret that was bottom. So yeah, if LMQ keeps getting caught out like this, we might see vVv leave their base. We might see them leave and actually reach that pushing potential one more time.
They still haven't taken a tier 1.
No, they haven't. They've barely reached tier 1s, actually. That's kind of the unfortunate part. They've reached bottom tier 1. I'm not sure about mid or top. I think maybe a few times top lane they've reached the turret. But
and he was shoving when Ackerman let him have that lane for a little bit.
Yeah, it was Ackerman's gift for a short while. But still, like, they can still push off some of these kills. Now that death timers are getting longer, it's not enough to rush a Baron, rush the game. But it is getting long enough where they can push down mid, try and take a turret, try and take a little bit more space back.
All right, and as the pushes commence, vVv still have to have the struggle of coming back if they can. I say that with a grain of salt because it's going to be a really hard comeback.
I mean, it's the comeback of the century, essentially. It's a vVv that is already behind by 11,000 gold.
I think we've had one huge comeback, and it was Complexity when they had Mega Zero on that old roster. And that was, I forget who that was against, but they were down in 3 inhibs, their Nexus turrets were gone, and they found an ace and ended the game. And I think I was casting that game. It was the hypest game I think I've ever done. So LMQ now looking for Baron. Possibly going to be able to get this one for free, as they pretty much have a good position on where most of the members of vVv are. And yeah, that's a free Baron.
I mean, they try to send people to the area and they realize they can't pick it up, though. They were rotating towards it, but they're assuming it's going to be gone. So, you know, with Vayne still on the bot lane, they're just going to go ahead and pick up the kill on Vasily. And Vasily, he is relatively mobile, but is he this mobile?
Oh, okay, so he's going to kite out 4. Assault and battery. He gets stealth, he kites,
oh,
he
but he's going to get the kill!
No! So close. The 1v4.
Now, we actually, I think we've seen one major comeback as well this season, which was Leon, Summer's Leon versus Cognitive. I think it was a Cognitive version 2.3 or something. I'm not sure the exact edition.
Which iteration of it was Cognitive?
The one before our iteration and the one before, I think, that one.
The Nubby Pooh Bear one?
Yeah, I believe that was it. One of the Nubby Pooh Bears. I forget which one, though. But they came back from about 15,000 gold difference after some massive team fights and massive plays themselves. But top lane being pressured now. Vi takes a lot of damage. Out comes Moore's ult, though.
Moore is going to get blown up there. Nice ultimate from Stefano. Hanjaro's trying to get the shackles off. Gets a binding, but does pay for it for his life. No Name finds one kill. Ackerman is tanking up the turret. The Dominus going. No Name and Ackerman, that duo just diving like crazy. Will end up finding the Ignite kill on Stefano. Ackerman gets that one. He's still tanking up a Storm, sustaining through. No Name flashes forward. Going to be able to find the kill onto Viagra Pancakes. Does get the reset, and now Vaultbreaker. Ackerman dodges away, gonna heal up off the damage that Brandon wants to do. A bunch of burst damage, holy crap! Wei Zhao finds the kill on Brandon for the win, and Ackerman gonna slice through the wall there. No, gonna sustain up and slice. There we go.
They're just waiting for the minions, just kind of sitting on. All right, can we really just push this? Yeah, they can. Vasily's already back in the fight, going for that turret push. Vasily's just kind of been the split pusher. If he dies, he knows it's okay. He's got 6 deaths. He's died quite a bit this game. They do take out the turret. Chasing down now to Morgana. Can she escape, though?
It looks like the answer is no, as the Glitterlance picks up the kill there for Wei Zhao. And slicing and dicing through, looking for the stun on the Crux, though. They realize the hunt is on. Vasily's trying to run away, gets the Blade of the Ring King and all those shields. That's like 1,000 HP in shields right there. And as the barrier fades, it becomes less, and Crux gets away with his life. But the inhibitor, though, Vasily wants it. The Assault Battery comes out, the barrels as well. Explosive Cast, Wild Growth keeps him alive. He's going to kite around with this one. Barrel does connect, though. He loses some attack speed, sustaining off the champions, though. Will stay alive. Ackerman gets Brandon for the win. And that's going to be the inhibitor going down, while Viagra and Crux try to hold this one through. A little bit of a poke coming in from the Glitterlance, but the Tibbers coming in. We know where Viagra saw Bear Tibbers, but it was in his face, and he had a rough time, and Tibbers picked up the kill as Moore gets it, and that's going to be Nexus starts going down.
They might be able to finish the game as Vasily does go down. Vasily, unfortunately, is dying quite a bit this game. Morgana does retreat back to base, so they might get the turrets, but probably can't finish off the game. And you want to know how far ahead Wei Zhao is. We haven't talked a whole lot about him because Lulu, not the
Infinity's
champion.
Lulu.
Oh, it's a solid build, uncommon. Morgana going for the kills, actually does pick it up. Some more going down.
All right, so a little bit of life they're trying to hold out here, even though they're behind a tremendous amount of gold. Dominus is activated. He dodges away from the barrel, gets some healing from the Golden Meek. He's going to maybe pick up the kill there. Stefano can't really do anything. And Crux picks up the kill in the shutdown.
I mean, I just want to put this in perspective. Gragas landed his ultimate. Vi landed Assault and Battery on Vasily in that last fight. Vasily got hit by a Wild Growth and he gained HP. The Wild Growth out-healed those 2 ultimates. And there's always a little bit more follow-up from Gragas, a little bit more follow-up from Vi. That still didn't really take him that low. He got low after Sivir showed up and got a Boomerang Blade onto him. It took that much to get him low from half HP because of the Wild Growth from Lulu. That is how far ahead Wei Zhao is. And that Affinity Edge, I mean, hey, he already auto-attacks quite a bit. Like, think about it.
With the nerfs to Lich Bane. Yeah, there we go. I understand that. Now, what crits?
I got the logic.
What crits is he get? How much damage are those crits going to do? I feel like they'll actually chunk Viagra and Hanjaro.
Well, there's an issue with Lulu that she has some of the lowest base attack damage in the game, kind of like Thresh. Because
he crit for 504, wow. He crit for 504 on that melee minion.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
The Sheen proc 2 on top of that, if you get a lucky crit.
Yeah, he gets some pretty good crits on. That's pretty bursty. That is better than a Lich Bane at this point.
Hell, he may not even go Lich Bane, just goes Trinity Force.
Yeah. Go for those crits on those Triforce procs. It's the best option.
I like it. Okay, we'll see if Wei Zhao is hearing us and going to do it, but
it's the Lulu
we're
meta.
setting the vibes.
This is the newest patch
Oh
meta.
my god.
There's
the DFG Annie Moore.
Rest in peace, Hanjaro. He had a good run. He got close to a wall, unfortunately.
Oh, the hunt is activated. Stefano's like, I don't want to chase this one. Vaultbreaker comes through, Assault and Battery, but the Condemn on the perfect time does knock her back. Gonna see the kiting come out. Vasily's gonna tank up all this with the Wild Growth. Gonna go in onto Viagra, pick up the kill. Crux is next. He's going to fall, and that's pretty much the game. Triple kill comes in from Vasily.
Yeah. That's pretty good. It's pretty solid. That's a good way to play Vayne. You have your Lulu heal through all of their damage with a shield and an ultimate.
And then she autos you and crits you, and you're like, oh my god, I can't do anything.
There's so many crits now coming out from LMQ. Crits from Lulu, crits from Vayne. I mean, it's like there's a Yasuo in this game, despite the fact that it's not there.
Yeah. But with that, that's going to be the second game of tonight. Going on over to LMQ, which is no surprise. And they're actually going to be facing vVv in the NACS, I think. And that should be pretty interesting. But we're going to be going to a commercial break. When we come back with the third game loaded up for you guys. So stay tuned and enjoy.